Hello. Ooh, a bit wobbly, aren't you? What's occurring? Oh no, don't start all that. You know what's going to happen. Sorry. What is going on? Oh, don't like that. Any minute now. Crash, bang, wallop, block, picture, what a photograph. Oh, come on. Right, I don't normally get that off. Crying out loud. Let's see my jogging bottoms, do you? Right. Oh, okie dokie. That's straighter. Yay! Right. Good afternoon, everybody. Right. I am going floral today because I need this. I need it. I'm working on some furniture at the moment, and yeah, getting a bit stressed because I've done it 3 times, and it's a lot. It's a table and chairs, and it's like, whoa, it's really taken a lot of work. So I'm on that. I'm sorry. I never drink that stuff. I got it at my nephew's wedding the other day because I was doing out driving it. It's horrible. Anyway, I thought we could do some repeat patterns, and I'm just going to go with florals. Just really nice flowers that you can use. I don't want to mess about doing. Oh, I like that. Oh, the cat. We did a cat, didn't we? Right, let's go on here then. Okay, I'm going to do a repeat pattern. You can do it wherever you want. You know, if you want to put it in a square, or this is from my old collection. Studio Light, so if you're interested in anything like that, this is one of the old ones. These all fit in your journal. That's better. No, it isn't. Oh, for crying out. Sodding law. So what you can do is decide what you want to do. And you could do a whole sheet like this. Or you can just go for it and fill a sheet with different, different flowers. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to fill a sheet with different flowers, and then what was that, a knit? Oh no, paint. And then I'm going to go from there. So all you need today, you might need a compass, you need that, and a pen. I've only got a couple of things here today, that's all I'm using. That's it, and even got a rubber, so I hope you can noodle with me. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. So I'm using, sorry about my hands, sorry, but I'm not sorry because I really like doing it. So I've got my sketchbook ready, and I'm just going to go with the first bit here. This is super quick, honestly, super quick. Starting in the middle, I don't normally. Okay, massive. It's massive. But I don't care. So right, okay, we're doing a repeat pattern. Now it looks crazy, I know, but this is just sizing it all up so that I'm going to have some coming off the page because I can, and I might space these out a bit better. I like that. Do some little ones. And really doesn't matter this, because when we start to put our actually, let me turn this light off. I am wondering whether it's a bit in your face. So is that better or worse? It's just the same, innit? Oh, I haven't said hello to people. Hello. Right, okay. So here we go. We've got Jackie, Stacey, Dragonfly. Oh, Dragon Fairy, sorry. Oh, why do I know that name? Carol Ann, Jenny, Michelle, Jan, Facebook user, Emma, Michelle, Christine, and Facebook user. I'm really pleased to be here myself as well, because it's, I'm sorry about the light. It's a bit crappy today. Sorry about that. No, that's even worse. Is that any better? Am I just making things worse? If I just turn the blooming thing off and see how it fares? Sometimes having the light on doesn't always help. I think that's better, actually. Yeah, that's better. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a repeat pattern. And what I'm doing is just, well, that's a bit big, that. If you get one that's a bit, actually, no, that'll be fine. I'll tell you why. Because if you wanted to repeat that, you could do. Right. Okay, looks a bit mad, but sometimes this is how I just sit and draw. So the main features here, so we've got lots of different ones. Now, we could add smaller ones around here, you know, semicircles, not condescending, concentric circles, right? Okay, so the first one is, these are going to be the outside of them. They're not going to be, you know, the innermost, it's the outside. I'm using a number 2 because I want to be quite fine with this. So my first step is to do the I'm just wondering, on my drawings I've got, okay, I'll go with this. Okay, so all I'm doing is, I don't care how many you've got, it's wiggle wiggle like that. It looks really dodgy, I know. And if you've got one a bit bigger than the other, just put some lines in like that and it all disappears. So right, so there's our centre. I know it looks dodgy, but bear with me, honestly. Bear with me. Hopefully it will get better. So here what I'm going to do is, so we've got another round of it. Condescending, aren't I an idiot? So another circle around it. This time I am going to be a bit more careful. So these lines are down here. Now a bit of pencil shading as we proceed later. Make it become a little bit more apparent. Now, if you've got no wobbly lines in there, just make them by doing that. Just do a zigzag. Because I say, no straight lines. We'll wobble them all. It's getting a bit difficult to see, but don't worry. There we go. Right, so we've got 3 layers, you know, in essence, with the little diddy bits. So now let's go with the next one. So I'm looking at, if I do it there, 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 there. I've got massive ones here, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I've gone already. So I'm doing like a, you know, one of them. Oh, that's well dodgy. What do they call them? Like parentheses or something? I don't know. I think I need to put another line in there. You know, when you put paragraphs, like collection things like that. I'm not very happy with this today, but I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going. I can't be sprouting forth rubbish without doing it myself, can I? So we've got that there. It looks really well dodgy, but blabbers! Hey up. And now let's go for the next one, which is these circles are a really rough guideline. They don't have to be anyway perfect. Anyway, careful. All I'm doing is repeating the patterns. So if you look, we had 5, can you see? All these circles, and I've just mapped them out and just put them out how I think that they would look okay. I've got big gaps, that's fine as well, because these are going to be like for repeating a pattern. So there'll be, not every one of these is going to have that pattern, but every one of them will have parts of that pattern just to build it on. Perfectly imperfect, absolutely. That's how I like my stuff. So here I'm just going to put, oh I've done the wrong one. Makes you laugh. I just add stuff, don't I? So here is, this line is a bit wonky, but there's a reason for that, because the inner line needs to be wonky. I think my pen's running out. Sometimes when I use this paper, because it's quite thick, it makes my pens run out. So I may have to resort to another pen. Yes, they do. I sent you a message. The next day is the 10th. Oh, come on, you son. Oh, that's going to be too fat anyway. Let me see if I've got another pen to hand. That one's being a bit flaky, so. Flaky, flaky, very, very flaky. Ah, another one. Right, let's see if we can. This is not as flaky. Okay, so we've got that far. All right. Now, that's better. There we go. So all I'm doing is putting those lines that are from there over here. Okay. Don't be frightened of just drawing with your pen. I see people lots of time and they're like, oh no, I made a mistake. So I've got to write in there, but just, oh. There we go, it's got a spare petal. Things like that happen, and it's nice. Just trust the process, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like a cabbage rose. It is a bit. And I'm just going to neaten some of these lines up now, because this is a fatter pen, and the other pen was losing its sort of strength. Plus, if you make any codswallops here, you can just go back over it. It looks okay. See here, could do with a little one there, but I don't know, leave it. We'll see what it looks like at the end. Right here. All right. It's good to be back, actually. Oh, what have I been doing? Right, I've been gallivanting. I went to my nephew's wedding, and it was in one of them yurts, or whatever they're called. It was great. However, being a non-drinker, I ended up watching everybody slide down the wall, which isn't fun. So, got that. I think maybe we could balance this out with a small one. I think it's asking for it there. It's just annoying me if I don't do it, you see. So, yeah, so I'm the non-drinker. I had to leave the party because I was fed up, actually. Everyone was bouncing, as they do, which is great. Parties should be like that. But then it got worse and worse, and I thought, oh, sack it, I'm going. So I decided I was going back to the hotel. So I did, and got a call to pick a certain person up, and I did. And yeah, it was great. And then the next day was my brother's birthday, so we went back, and the said person wanted to continue his partying, to drag him away. But it was really cool to be with my nephews, and they got married. £46.50, I think it was, at the Reg, and then decided that they were going to have a party at weekend, a handfast or tying the knot. It was great how they tied the knot. There was a celebrate there. That sounds a bit strange, doesn't it, celebrate? And they sort of, I don't know if it is the pagan element of it, but it's more about the tying of, that's a bit dodgy, but it really doesn't matter. Oh, that is well dodgy. I'm going to put another line there, and then I'm going to change each one. So it was like a handfast, but it was really cool, really, really cool. And the mothers helped tie the knot, which is super, super duper cool. Right, I've done another little one now, and all I've done is, I didn't even tell you how I did it. I just drew into the circle and did like a daisy pattern, and then I did these like midget gem things, ice midget gems, which are really cool. So here I'm going to do the same, and I'm just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like that, and then put a center in if you want, and then you can do another wiggle, wiggle, and each flower, will resemble, I'm not saying it'll look like, I'm saying resemble a pattern or a petal flower that you've probably seen. So here I'm just doing a carnation middle, and then this weird shape on the outside, and it needs another shape there. And this is it reminds me of some of the succulent leaves, but it's just showing you how to be really, just go with it, let it all flow. Don't let it hang out, but let it flow. Well, you can let it hang out if you want. So a round circle. I like to sometimes to get some sort of idea of where I should go. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just needs to be around roundabout. So and if it doesn't work out, it really doesn't matter. It's just that I started one way, so I can start the next as well, doing something similar. In around about the right area, or avoid areas as well, because sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want it there. Now, anybody who's done my little drawing things before will know that the circles are just there as a guideline, and it gives perspective. So, you know, depending on where it is, it's like that's coming forward sort of thing, and, you know, on the side and that. So, you know, don't it's not always about it being in the center, because when the petals are nearer, they're going to be bigger. That sort of thing. Right. So here I'm going to put in there, and it'll all come together, I hope. But this is a great thing. If you draw this with me, and then you've got a scanner or a photographer, or see, it needs to be on the outside, doesn't it, to make it bigger? Or you've got most printers are scanners as well, aren't they? I think I'll put one in there just to, there we go, that feels better. This is great if you scan as your own background. It helps you sort of worry then if I don't want a colour, don't want a colour. What happens if a colour I don't like it? Well, if you scan it, you can either colour the scan or colour the original and keep the scan. And then you can print off as many as you want. So here I'm doing the dotted background again. This is very free, and I've not done this for ages. I've really missed this. It's all been quite structured. Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, can't wait. It's got, I've got your stuff in as well, guys. It's got I've got some more pictures of it because I've changed it since I last showed you. So yeah, it's some space. Here I'm just going to do some little flowers like that. These are the intermittent bit, so do these as big as you want or as little. I just want to create a whole page today. Different sizes. This is real. This to me is real moodling now. And then we've got diddy ones here. Like that. I love it when you've got all sizes. I mean, here, put some little curlicues or like that. Right, so now we've got to put some on this side. You could even work on this, you know, to add some more. So I've got this needs a bit of work. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to put some lines on the middle because it looks a bit stark. That's it. There we go. And then what is the very end ones? I'll continue the theme. When I draw like this, more often than not, my stamps appear from it. And that it really makes, so I can make, I'm happy now to go on and on and on, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Some of these that you're like, wow, I love that, but I don't like that. I love that, I don't like that. So I love that. It's right near here, so I'm going to leave that there, but I could put another couple there. I'm not going to. So let's look at another one that I could do. Do this one down here. It's a pretty big one. Right, so I'm going to put in a teeny weeny one. I'm going to drop in another circle because I think it needs a bit more in the middle, and I'm just going to go right. So I know it's top, bottom, middle. Okay, so and then a star on each side. So that gives me an idea of where they are. So I'm wondering, do I just, yeah, I'll just do. Right, so we've got 5 with 3 bumps on. Okay, so the next one is right, made that a bit big, so there we go. So we've got another line like that. Then I need a line there. I like this already. Then I'll do there we go. So we've got like a thingy thing. And what I'm going to do with this is just do the edges, I think. Sometimes if they're not too big and they're not the right size, I just go in and I just change it up because I can go outside or inside the space or the line and make it, look like it'll try and fit in. So I'm just going to go to the same line. And that's why, because I don't faff when I'm doing the first bit. I never faff when I'm doing the first bit. I just get the colours down, the shapes down, and then I'm allowed to do, patterning to fit that shape rather than me trying to get every shape right. It won't work. Here I'm doing like little slits, like they always remind me of Tudor. They used to have like slashes put into the clothes so that they could see the rich colours from underneath. It was quite a big-headed thing, but if you've got it, flaunt it, I suppose. I'm just wondering whether to put another one around that, leave it, and put bigger ones there. See, that and that are very samey size, aren't they? So if I made it bigger, it'd be just the same as that. So this is why I could fit, there we go, I can fit more shapes in there. So, but each shape doesn't have to be the same. So here, I'm just going to go right, and then like that. Leave that as it is because I think it's quite a big element. A few more. There we go. Got some more coming around here. So let me check out this bit here. Make this a bit of a different one. So I'm just doing like propellers on this. So the next one would be like that. Like a big one. Again. I think you just get lost in your drawing when you're doing it. And it's nice to do that. It's like doing this furniture, it's great, but I'm getting fed up of it now because it's just taking so much time. But I've made that choice to make it that labour intensive because I keep changing it. You know, if I just stuck to it and not didn't do as many changes, then I wouldn't have worked on it so long. But that's how it is. That's designing and stuff. You get very caught up in it all, and the next minute you're like, hang on, you know, I spent 5 days on this. Doesn't always pay off to do that. Like that. I might add another one there. There we go. Stuff stinks. Why am I drinking it? It's crazy. 6:05 I got up to paint this furniture. It's driving me nuts now if I don't get it right. Right, so I'm looking at these and I quite like this wobbly one. So it's going to be a wobbly one. Like that. I'm sitting on like a camping seat. Oh, I've hurt your cheeks. Really not comfort. I don't think they're supposed to. You're supposed to sit on them all day, are you? Oh, it's hard work though, sitting on them. You know, you've got to make sure that you're equally loaded, so to speak. Otherwise, you go ass over tit. Excuse my language. Very easily. Right, so I've got that on there. Ah, right, okay, it's looking very strange. But that's what we like, a bit strange. So this resembles this one. So we need a smaller version over here of that. Maybe here would be nice, which is a right. Oh, you can't see. There we go. So we've got that line. Then we're going to do a okay. Then I'm doing a brackets, that's it. My brain's not working on that one, can you tell? There we go. So we've got a similar one to that one. Again, just put a repetitive element into your work so it looks like it, you know, it's cohesive. So there's elements of one stamp similar to others but not the same. I'm just going to put 1, 2. I'm not going to do more. And it's shocking because I've only done 3, but 2 ball things. Here, what we're going to do is a drop pearl in there. Well, it's like a, I don't know what they're called, like a pearl, isn't it? It's like a drop, teardrop in there to tidy that up. Looks a bit better. That one looks a bit shocking, so we'll put something in there in a minute. Just looking at these now, so I'll put in a teardrop there. And because these were all predetermined flowers, in the sense that I drew them within the shapes that I'd already done. Oh, Shani, hello! I get you now. A camping seat to paint because it's all on low floor and I like to do work on the floor. So yeah, it's me on floor. And if I sit on the floor, I sit cross-legged. I'm even sat cross-legged now, you see. I sit cross-legged all the time. And it's just how I've always sat. I don't just do, I mean, I literally sit like that permanently. So if I sit on a camp stool, I don't have to get up off the floor, if that makes sense. That's why. Wow. Well, good on you, Red Lipstick Day. Go for it. Go for it. I think I want some more pointier flowers now. I like that one, so I need to put it right here. I'll just do them all because that looks odd. Pavapolemon. Wow. Oh, that was the old one, that, the photo in Jammers. That's the old one. This is totally different. I bet it was, Emma. But it was a bit more than blue as well. Right. So if I do a... This is like when you're a kid. And you do flowers that how you want them to look. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm not messing about. My flowers look like this today. Yours might not, and that is not a problem. Have your flowers any way you want. Don't worry if they don't look right. Make them look right how you want. Remember, it's a doodle, moodle, doodle moodle. No one's here. Well, if they are, I'll have a word with them. But no one's here saying, right, you've got to do it like this, or you've got to do it like that. No, you haven't. Do whatever you want. It's yours, not mine. It's yours. So I'm filling it up now, this space. And, oh, hey, what's happening here? So I've got quite a lot going on this. Whoa, it's wacky. It's brilliant. So some of these flowers I hate. Well, not hate, they're just a bit dodgy. But, hey ho, they're anyhow. So I think I'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm just putting some doodle in this one. I'm just putting 3 in there because I quite like it. This is when it all starts to come more apparent because you are visually finishing your adding extras, like, you know, adding that thicker lines to areas so that you've got a change in pen and depth, and this is the best bit. This is the creative bit where you add your own. And don't forget, you've got this forever if you want to keep it as this way. You don't have to. You take pictures of it at any stage, so that as you redo your work or add to it, you've got a record of each stage if you want, and then that way, if you choose to do another stage and you don't like it, you can always revert back and think, okay, well, that weren't successful, but I quite like this one, I'll stop it here. I quite like doing that. I do another big one here instead of them 2 little ones because I think, yeah, do it there. Quite like that. I like these, so I've got a few of them. I've got one of them there. All you're doing with this is just running up and down with the flower shape, like da 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 da, up and down, up and down. And here, into the middle. And I'm just drawing the lines again. Comparisons. And, comparing and comparing each shape and making sure that you like repeat the shapes that you like, and don't repeat the shapes that you don't like, or just ignore me and draw whatever you want. Just go for it. Don't think about what you're doing. Just think, I'm going to have 5 minutes or an hour, where I'm just going to be free with my playing and allowing the inner, it's not a child doing this because this is really important, but the inner freeness come out, because I think we lock it away too much, thinking, oh no, can't do that, got to act grown up, or you've got to act like, oh, no you don't, just get on with it. I mean, some of these are getting really, really silly now, but it's actually, the more I do, the freer they get. So I don't want it to be too big, because if I do it too big, it's going to look right. So the brackets. Sometimes you just got to make it up. Well, I'll spend a lifetime of doing that. So we've got one that's a bit strange here at the moment, but I've tried to copy some of the areas of the others because I really like them. So hopefully it'll fall into category of, you know, looking like the others. So I'm going to put in a double line so it matches, sort of. And then, you know, when we're going to do, you can start to do I'm going to leave it a minute while I get on with this. Like that. Now start to put lines in. So different shape, different sizes, but just within that initial. And once I've done this, you'll start to see how these patterns now, they have a little bit of substance, and it does make a big difference to your outcome, because they do look more finished now. And that pattern's, you know. Hello from Australia. Hello, Kate. Hello, Kate. Hello, aloha from the UK. If anyone's around on Saturday, I'm doing the Decoupage Queen hop thing. I'll be on at 7 o'clock. It's the 3rd birthday, so I'm really, you know, so honoured that they've asked me to be part of it. So I'm on with Iveta, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've done one before, but so we've got that there, which I really like now. Well, I'll put this in my Moodlers, in my Moodling group, my Patrons. They can have this sheet. So when I take a photograph of it, I put it in the Moodle group. And if I don't do it today, someone remind me, because you know I have great intentions and a brain like a sieve. So my Patreons can use this, colour it in, print it off. I'll make it nice and I'll finish it. And a Patreon, if you don't know what that is someone who supports me through a monthly payment of allowing me to continue to do free lives. I don't do them every day now. It's impossible to be able to do that, but it helps me to continue because I'm not on TV much by choice. So I've had to cut right back, but hey, I'm happier. There we go. So we've got a couple now. We've got that on. I'm looking for another one down here. And I'm altering the sizes of the little blocks. Actually, on the furniture, I've just completed some checkerboards and they've really made a huge difference. It's amazing how, you know, just one pattern can really be that extra something that you need. I'll put a picture on for you. It does really just, it's like this pattern now has really made this, but I weren't intending on doing this, and I'm not too sure who it was, but it was Facebook user. It might be Blathers, but it's like trust the process, which is what it is. Just trust it, and if you don't like it, you've not finished it. Simple. If you've not finished it, it'll be because you don't like it. So we've got like 3 areas now that are starting to come alive with it. Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you. It works out around about 50 pence or 25 pence a live, which isn't much, is it really? Right, so I put circles in that one, which have built it up but not overpowered it. So here, I'm just going to put in here some extra lines because these look awful. So and that's because I was rushing and I ended up going over. So again, Rachel was saying yesterday that, oh, how lucky we are to have these wonderful people, and we're going to be doing the lives, and our wonderful admin, we've got some lovely new people that offered in to come and help us with the lives, which will help Rachel a lot because she can't do it all on her own. And we have got lots of people who do lives who are on admin, but you know, it's back to normal now, isn't it? Well, whatever normal is. You can't, we've got to work. So people giving up their well appreciated time means a lot. And it is. Very, very much appreciated. So now I've thickened some of the lines up by going across. So I've got lines there. So I have to look for lines that there we go. So that looks a bit better. You just get carried away, as you know. Anyone who's ever moodled, you just get carried away. So we've got that and that. That's quite good now. Yeah, you can play Tiddlywinks. You can. You can play whatever you want on the furniture. It's not up to me. You want to play Tiddlywinks on your stuff? You play Tiddlywinks. There we go. I've added a little bit more on that one. I think I know something you may not be able to keep up with, Met, but that's not what it's about. It's about generating ideas and creating like a piece. You might only like that bit or that bit or that bit, but that's great because you've got options, haven't you? And those options allow you to do all sorts. And when I've got rid of the other lines that are on it, you know, it'll start to hopefully come out a bit more as well. So I'm looking at the little line I've got here, so I'll do that one. I love this because I don't think, I just do. I'm not interested in straight lines, perfect symmetry. I'm not interested in anything. I'm just interested in being creative. And I know I'm being creative when I do my furniture and stuff, but I'm being very much tied down by it because it's something I've got to finish and I have to do it well because otherwise it won't be a really good reflection on me. But you know, it's pressure that I put on myself, not pressure that's been put on me. Yes, they do look like dragonflies, don't they? You could make them into dragonflies, couldn't you? Yeah, you could make them. Right, done a bit more there. It's starting to come on. I think we need some up here. So what I could do is, I know I've done that there. Like that, and you could almost put doing perm tomorrow. good few years since I've done a perm. Those of you that don't know, before I was a teacher, I was an hairdresser. So, and perms aren't really done today. I'm doing a really soft perm on my nephew's hair, the younger ones that really want them, and then I'm going to do my own. Quite expensive now. Well, they were. They've always been dear. But yeah, hundreds of pounds now. I could always go back to hairdressing. I said that the other day. Get a little round. There we go. Another one that's a bit stronger. Think I need a bit more stronger on this one or over here. So maybe this one here. There we go. Strengthening it up. I might use this as a stamp. Thing is though, you see me draw everything. You don't see me get I draw it in front of you or together with you. It's really important to me. That doesn't mean that everybody has to do that, because some people don't like drawing in front of people, and that's cool as well. But yeah, you know, and I often think there must be people who think, oh, I've seen something like that before, because really, you're not restricted because you've got infinite uses for lines and circles, but it's very hard to be totally unique, isn't it? You know, very hard. You want to be, you know, not just unique, but you know, fresh and have ideas. But there's millions and millions of people who want to be the same. I always remember trying to be alternative when I was younger, and they ended up being different, like everybody else who was different. And that used to make me laugh, because it was like I just ended up looking like everybody else who was different. So I still followed, and yeah, it was, you know, punks. I'm going to be a punk and all that, and you ended up painting your bedroom black or red or whatever, and you ended up looking like everybody else who was a punk and who painted the bedroom black or grey or red. Yeah, I mean, it was just how it is, isn't it? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this is how I would normally do my designs. So, well, no, actually, if I had something in mind, then I would draw it out and use the idea, but then I might change it. And sometimes I've been doing a lot of designs now with that are symmetrical and stuff on using my computer. But then when I get the lovely Lauren at Highlight Crafts who uses my designs, she takes elements and I'm like, is that mine? And I'm gobsmacked because it's actually mine. And I hadn't seen it. You know, I hadn't seen that particular part. I'd only seen another part of it. So she might have took that part and made something, and you're like, whoa. You like the natural look. Yeah, I suppose it is a natural look, isn't it? It's quite overpowering, this one in the middle. It's a shame I didn't do a couple of small ones, but there's nothing to do your tracings over the top. Nothing to stop you doing that. I think I might put on some extra lines here. You do get carried away with this block colour. Just add something to your work. That it just adds something, doesn't it? And it is a process of building layers, and for this to go into a stamp, it has to be cleaned up, reversed, And I just can't be bothered doing all that. So I don't profess to being great at all that. I profess to just wanting to be doing it. Good job, Fiona. Isn't around today. Poor lady. I'd have been going over her. But I did love, did you see those windows that Rachel showed? Oh, I want them. I want them. I love them. See, some of these are really heavy and I really like that. Only now and again, like that one, just go. And all I'm doing is looking, sort of looking at it and just judging where it needs to be strength and pattern and a little bit more detail. So not done that anywhere else, so I could do it somewhere else. And this is what takes time, because this is the, fiddly bit, if you want. It's not fiddly bit, but that looks like a dragonfly, doesn't it? Like a little fly. Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. What am I singing that for? Get away! Go! You silly balloon. No, it's not looking like Christmas. Who put that in my mouth? Ah, stay away. Christmas. Oh, no. Right, I'm looking at this wobbly one here. And I'm going to do a wobbly one so you can't see. It's just that one there. So I did. It was like that. A normal up down wobble one. There we go. Then, and don't forget, the use of line is so important because it gives you depth, dimension, texture, and it's easy to do. That one, you see? So right. So now lines in. See, I'm drawing like this. This you can't. Well, you can draw your patterns like this, but I remember with Studio Light I couldn't because they wanted the designer Angela, who was brilliant. She needed the lines to be really neat and tidy, and I never finished like neat and tidy stuff. I'll have like loose lines. So what I mean by is they don't connect. If it's a circle, I'll draw a circle and I'll go like that and then go like that and put it on. So it's never connecting, which is a shame. And she used to spend a lot of time drawing out, connecting and cleaning up my lines. And sometimes, so when I went to highlight, I asked about this because I thought, well, if it's something that I need to do from the start, then I need to ask a question. So I asked how they would like the presentation of them, and they said it don't matter to us. So it just shows you how, you know, one stamp company have one set of rules, but it's like everything, isn't it? I quite like the way my drawing's quite free and flowing, but I do recognise the fact that if it's a stamp, it has to be slightly different. There was a lady asking, I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry, about why stamps are melting, and it's because of the acrylic maybe, or a bad batch, but photopolymer, I always tend, photopolymer is cool because I can use everything on it, but oh hey, oh I don't want you. But some like stays on, eat away at your polymer stamps, so just be warned. I'm going to put here a short one. Yeah, so they melt. It's like the strong stuff in them melts them. Really loving this. It's been ages since I built up a sketch. Oh, I've loved it. It's just invigorating being able to just fill a page, not worry about what the outcome is, but just not worry, but just ensuring that you enjoy your process. Yay. So we've got a couple down here. That goes there in that one. I've changed that one slightly, haven't I? Okay. So we need some wobbles and no music today. They could be like grasshoppers, couldn't they? I like putting little corners on and ending the pages properly because that might be the one that you really like, that area. Don't think about it, just do it, seriously. Ooh. I've done lots and lots of colourful backgrounds as well, which I really enjoyed doing. But the one thing I don't like doing, I've got to do soon, and that's invoices. I hate them. I've got to check him. Ugh, I hate him. So I can't wait to. Do you know what? I forgot to show you, but I've been doing some embroidery, and I've been making some little things, and I've put them in a case, and I'm really in love with them, and I'll have to show you at some point because they are really cool. But they're at Highlight Craft at the moment, so I can't. I'll have to get pictures of them though, because it's not mine anymore. It's a gift to somebody. I gave it to Stephanie. Right, look at that. Look at that. In an hour and a 20. Look at that. I am so happy with that. I just think, I'm looking at this though, it needs... That's crazy, isn't it? In an hour. So let's look. La 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 la. So what we do is we create an oh, not done that. I've got no rubber, so it might not work. Got no rubber left. Starts to look a bit better when you take away all the cruddy lines that are already there, you know, that I've drew before. So it starts to clean it all up. It looks very different when you clean it up. That's my favourite bit, that. It's like reveal. Right, okay, so now it looks cleaner. So now let's look at what we would do. Okay, so you get a piece of paper and you can either do it as a square, or you can, what you can do is just get a couple of pieces of paper and square stuff off. So if I put this on now, I look at it, and that's a nice area there. Or that one. Or that. Or, oh, I like that bit. That's a really cool area, that. So I can make... I love this one. I love this for its usability. So look at the shapes and sides. That's nice there, isn't it? And then if we pick that there, or even that there, and turn it round, so you've got it like that. So even though it's on the slant, doesn't matter, because you turn it like that and it becomes a straight page. Get me? And the same like that, if we turn that on its side, and that would become the straight page. That's how we... Oh, I've knocked off my comments. That's how I look at things. And I really do like that, because I think once that's finished with a few like darker bits, you just... This is one of them that'll go and go and go. And by that I mean you'll keep working on it till you've got no space. So we've got a couple there, we could do a... And don't forget the size of your pen. Nib means that if you change it down, some of these are a bit cruddy as well. If you change it down, you've got finer details to add as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. I hope you've just gained a bit of, maybe just even a little bit of confidence in trusting the process, because you don't necessarily have to be structured. It could be just a real flowing thing that you're allowing yourself to, travel it and, really enjoy it. I know a lot of you do that already. And I will put, my Patreons will have this free. Well, you pay your Patreon, and it's up to, most people pay between £5 and £10 a month. And you've got papers in there, little videos and stuff. And I'm hoping to change it slightly so that I've got lots more on offer, and maybe a subscription as well, so that changes to a subscription, so that you are going to get things every month, Payback. So anyway, I'm just trying to show you that a bit of shading on that will add a lot of help to the depth of it. In the background, if I can show you now, I might just show you now. Have I got another? Oh, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Here we go. I'll use this pencil. Okay, shouldn't really do this before I've done it, but never mind. So if you wanted to bring just a little bit of depth to it, I'm using a Caran d'Ache, Pablo, olive brown, great for skin. So all I'm doing is creating like a vintage feel. You see it? Because I'm using the point, I'm having to be quite neat. Normally I would use the side more like that. So if you wanted to, you could go around all of the flowers. Madame Horich was our French teacher. And I used to love her because she got me to do all the verbs and nouns and everything around the room, and I used to colour them in. Loved it. I remember that. Madame Horich. I'm not going to go around very neat with the flowers, but sometimes you don't want to use a grey or a black or a graphite. You want to use a soft colour. I'll only do an area and just show it you under the frame. I mean, I've not picked the best area, but that really don't matter because you'd be surprised how this would change it into the best area. And then if you do a little bit of that, but make sure that you take it back off the white. So any of the white areas that you don't want it on, make sure it comes off. So there we go. So let's look at this. See how I'm building that up now. You build it up slowly and surely, but don't go straight at it because it's all about the layers. It's not about too much pressure. It's about laying down layers. Because what you don't want to do is fill it up too quick, the pages, the tooth on the pages. You want it to be, take a little bit of time. So let's look at that now. I know you've must have gone, but look how vintage it starts to look now. It's quite pretty, isn't it? So you could just do an area. And it really wants to focus in and out, Sarah. So think about colour. I mean, I'll sit there and do it all day, but I've got to get on with the furniture. So but some days you should just sit there and do it because those are the days you really need it. Right, stop when I'm with it, stop it. Right, enough. But yeah, use a warm colour. A grey is a warm grey is a nice colour. This is a series of drawings that have all come together and we've done it and I've loved it. Oh yeah, I can rub this out, Emma. We'll get a better rubber. I've got none left. I can rub it out. Yeah. So I'll take a picture of that and stick it on my Patreon for you. But I'll try and get the rubber on that and get it. If I can find, do you know what? I've got thousands of rubbers all over this house is a mess. I hate it. I hate my house. I hate my house. I hate it. It drives me bananas. I wish that I didn't have all these products. So looks like it's going to have to be another thingy-jiggy-me. What's it called? Thingy-jiggy-me. Sale. We'll have to. Oh, I've got no end on that either. Where's my blooming rubber? That's not going to help, is it? Me shouting it. So I'm just rubbing the plastic on it now. Try and get that off. But yes, this will be on my Patreon. So anybody who is interested in that, you can go to louwithers.com on the website, and you'll be able to see the all the links to it. But it's there. There we go. It's a bit better. Try and find the other rubber. Single. Right, so love you and leave you. What day is it now? So I will pop on Friday if there's no one else in. I will come and annoy you then. But yeah, as always, I thank you so much for your support and your friendship. And yeah, and let's all let's enjoy our time that we can sit down and do our stuff. Okay, so I will take my leave, and I will see you all on Friday. Okay, bye.